out the bones! Bones tell me nothing.
That's frustrating. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everybody, where we feed your addiction for everything related to Tacomas. So go ahead and subscribe now. Welcome back to the Tacomaholic channel, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. So today's video, I'm having an issue with both of my front fenders, which is a super easy fix. Obviously, this is not going to be one of those videos that is going to completely blow your mind and go viral, but it is a good video to go over in case you've never messed with the front fender flares or the rear fender flares. Same process. I'm going to show you how to take them off or how to fix them, fix the tabs. I have a little kit I got off of Amazon. And this is one of those videos that is perfect for a beginner Tacoma owner. If you've never worked on a truck before, one of those easy projects you can do, help build your confidence for working on your truck. More in the future. I do have an entire playlist for other beginner related Tacoma videos, link right above, so check that out. So if you just need to fix a messed up fender flare, as in my case, or if you just want to remove your fender flares altogether, stick around and see just how easy it is. Okay, so quick backstory. I was driving down the road and I heard like some kind of slight rattle up here, and it turns out, and I don't know how this happened, but my front driver's side fender flare, you can see right there, it is completely detached from this tab. Actually, it'd be easier to show you the tabs that are attached. I want to say there's like 10 or 12 tabs on each fender. This one's attached. You can see this whole thing is loose, and I think the bottom was attached. All the others are loose. I'm not sure how that happened, so I went ahead and ordered this kit on Amazon, which I will go ahead and link to below. It's a full tab replacement for all four fenders for your Tacoma for second gens 2005 to 2015. You can see there are different colors because on my last wheeling trip, tons of fun, I hit a branch perfectly in the front and it dislodged like 90% of these tabs. It broke some of them. There's sort of like a T here where it sticks out and actually grabs the fender. Like this one's broken, that one's still good. Broken, 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 broken. Usually most of them are gonna break if they're taken off by force. So I had already ordered the tab kit, so changing this out is gonna be super easy, especially since this one's already off. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description below for the kits, and this is a full replacement if you need to change all four of your fenders, all of the orange and blue clips. And when you're doing this, do make sure to remember the orientation for which goes where, because they are slightly different. In addition to this, all you need are some needle nose pliers to pull the clips out without breaking them. If your fender's already off like mine, you can see you can just grab them and rotate them 90 degrees either way. It's like a rectangular hole that it goes through. So on the case, like on this clip, where it's sort of at an angle, the actual rectangle is also going to be at an angle, so you might have to rotate it a little funny. You can see if you rotate a little bit and keep pulling, it'll actually pull right out. Go ahead and set that bad boy right there so it's not going to roll away. And on this side, in a case where the actual fender is still on, you can do the same thing, but just from the back, pinch the part of the clip that is sticking through the actual fender wall or the sheet metal so it compresses it and you can pull it out. Maybe get like a plastic pry bar to pry in between the fender flare and the sheet metal of your fender, and sort of pop it loose one at a time. And one quick thing to point out on this side of my truck, I don't have to worry about it because it's already been removed because of my snorkel install, but there is a plastic liner up here that you do need to remove. Chances are most of you have probably cut or trimmed that down anyway to avoid rubbing. So once you remove that, you will be able to access all the back parts of the tabs right here. And lastly, there are two of these screws which you can remove with either a Phillips head or a 10mm socket. There is one right back here. This is the driver's side, and another one, sort of hard to see, but up back here. So take those off. Otherwise, even with the tabs removed, the bottom part of the fender flare will still be attached. There's one more screw right here in the middle I forgot to tell you guys about. I won't let that happen again. Where is it? There it is. This one's fun with the tire in the way. And one more down here on the bottom. I promise that's the last one. And aside from me forgetting how many extra screws are actually holding the bottom of the fender flare on, that was pretty easy. I did go ahead and wipe this down because, as you can imagine, if you get off-road, all kinds of dirt and crap gets stuck back here. There's all kinds of stuff. It's kind of dirtier and like more scratched than I imagined, considering this part has always been covered on my truck. You can see even when I got it wrapped. So go ahead and swap out the tabs on this side, all the broken ones at least, which again, since these ones were already loose somehow, actually as I'm looking at them, all the tabs are broken on this side, whereas the other side that I removed on the trail, I only had to replace about, I don't know, 2/3 of the tabs. So swapping out the tabs and then just reverse order really. Pop the fender flare back on, get everything to snap in place, and put those screws in, and you are done. Now, so I don't mess this up and get the orders of the blue and the orange backwards, I am going to go ahead and change out all of these. A few of them are still good, so obviously I'll still leave those, but I'm going to change out the broken ones with the new tabs. Okay, quick thing to point out, on both of my fenders, on both sides, this orange one right here, it's the only orange one in the middle. This one I could not get out with regular needle nose pliers, so I just switched to some beefier ones. And you can see why. The hole for this one is a square, whereas all the others are more of a rectangle, so the tab has much more room to spin and easier to pull out. So with this one, just get some meatier pliers and you should be good to go. Then with all the new tabs in, I'm just gonna pop in the fender. I'm gonna start here with this first one since it's easiest to see. Line up the tabs with the holes on the fender flare and pop them in from the front all the way to the back. All right, you can see that part did not take long at all. Just make sure you listen for each one to hear it click so you know that's secure. And you should be able to tell because there might be a small gap up here between the fender flare and the body of your truck. Now just put on those 4, not 2, the 4 screws from the bottom, and that's it. All right, everybody, that will do it for the video for removing or installing your front fender flares or the rears. Obviously, it's the same exact process. Comment below, let me know what you think if you plan on doing something like this yourself, and don't forget to check out the Beginner Tacoma playlist link right above. As always, thank you so much for supporting the channel by watching this video. Help me grow the channel even more by sharing it with your friends on social media. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.